Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about probably one of my favorite subjects ever, which is college. So I'm probably going to have like a bunch of videos about college like throughout the year, like acceptance decisions or rejection decisions, basically just everything, like where I decide to go and why, move-in day, even though that's not for a while. So today's video is going to be about where I'm applying to college and why. So first I just want to say that I applied to 8 schools and they're all a mix of like safety schools, which are the schools that you most likely should be able to get into due to like your stats and stuff like that. And then the second one would be your target schools, which means that you have stats that are matching with the stats that other colleges post and stuff. So basically having very similar stats that are around what colleges are expecting. And then other ones would be your reach schools. So that could be like a reasonable reach, which means that your SAT scores or your GPA could be a little below what colleges are expecting. And then there could be like bigger reaches where it's a lot lower. And of course, like college admissions could be super unpredictable. So just because you have a lot lower stats than what you may need for certain colleges, that doesn't mean that you won't get in, because there's also the essay that you have to worry about, and of course your extracurriculars and just a bunch of other things, because truly like a lot of colleges do want well-rounded students. So the first college that I applied to is Boston University, and I applied regular decision for this, so I'll find out probably in like mid-March. And the reason why I applied to Boston really is because I've known about it for a really long time. I actually started looking at colleges, like not touring them, but just like researching them when I was in like 8th grade, which kind of just shows that I really was excited to get out of the town where I live. Like one of the reasons why I wanted to apply to Boston University so much is just because it really fuels independence, if that makes sense, because there's no real campus. There are parts that are a bit more campusy than other spots of campus, but a lot of it is just 1 mile long, probably maybe a little more than a mile long, of just all your classes right in the city of Boston, which is what I personally love. I feel like I'm a super independent person and I like to do things by myself sometimes, and I feel like being in a city filled with just so much culture and diversity and so many things to do will really just make me a better person. And especially because Boston University is obviously a really good school. It's definitely well known to be a good school and to just have a really good education, and I feel like I would probably really like it there. So that's one of the schools. The second school I applied to is Northeastern, which is also in Boston. So I applied early action for this school, which means that I find out in, I think, mid-January. It says by February 1st, but they usually do it a little before. So it'll probably be either mid or late January. Again, like one of the reasons for why I applied to the school is one, that I absolutely love the city of Boston. I've grown up there. Obviously I haven't lived there, but my uncle lives there, so my family has always gone there since I was a little kid, and I've always loved it. I also feel like I go to Boston a good amount of times where I haven't gone there too many times where I would be sick of it, but I'm not uncomfortable with the city. I could probably find my way around it, which I think would be really good. And also, I know I'm probably gonna get homesick. A lot of people in college get that, but the good thing is with my uncle living so close, and he actually works right across from Northeastern, I will feel like there is a part of family with me, which just makes me feel a lot better personally. And like Boston University, Northeastern just has really good programs. It's known to be a really good and prestigious school, really good education. I've always kind of known about Northeastern and Boston University, so those have always been schools that I've been interested in. So the third school I applied to is Fordham University, which is in the Bronx, so it's pretty close to New York City. I applied early action, and I find out like this week. If not this week, then really early next week, but it's probably gonna come out this week, which really excites me. The reason why I applied to Fordham is because it has a really nice campus feeling, but you can also get to the city and explore really easily too if you wanted to. And if you're like bored on a weekend or something, there's just so much culture there and so many things to do. Like, I just feel like you'll never be bored. I also really liked Fordham because it just felt like the school itself has really good values, if that makes sense. It's called like the Jesuit, I don't even know if I'm saying this right, but it's called Jesuit College of New York, and basically it has a lot of principles. It wants you to take possible classes in like theology or like other classes. I just feel like it has really good principles that probably brings the whole school together, which I really like. And I also heard that the dean or the president is super nice and caring, and he just cares about all the students, and I just feel like it would be a really good atmosphere to be in. The fourth school that I applied to is Villanova University in Pennsylvania, and truthfully, I have never visited there. I don't even really know that much about it. Obviously, it has a really good both academic and athletic reputation, which I think is really cool. I know that it has a lot of good classes and the education is really strong, which is why I felt like I should just apply to see what happens. So I applied early action for this as well, and I'm supposed to find out by January 15th, so fingers crossed. The fifth school that I applied to is Penn State, which is obviously in Pennsylvania, and I visited the school in the summer, and honestly it was a really good experience. Like, my family absolutely loved it. There's just so much school spirit, which I think really drew me in, especially because my school, I'm not gonna lie, has absolutely no school spirit at all. Like, I don't even think I've ever really experienced anything with school spirit or spirit at all. Like, I just want to feel like I'm a part of something, and I think that Penn State definitely has that something. Also, like, obviously the football games, those would be really fun experiences, and it would be really easy to bond with other people who go there. When I visited in the summer, I got to meet some of the professors. I want to major in psychology, so I got to meet like one of the psychology professors, and he gave me advice on like what he thinks I should do with a possible minor, and he was like, oh, like, I hope you apply, like, you'll love it here. And it just really made me feel like the professors also really care about the students. Obviously, it's such a big school that they can't account for every single student who goes there, but I think that they generally want the best for their students, even if they don't like know every single person. Also, it's obviously a very big college town. There's like restaurants near the campus and shops and just things that you can do on the weekends that are right next to campus, which I think is really cool and exciting. Also, I already got accepted to Penn State, which was really exciting. It's good to know that I already got in. I applied early action, but it has like modified rolling admission, so sometimes it kind of depends on when you apply, and I applied pretty early, so I already know about that. I also applied to the University of Delaware, and I've also heard back from that, and I heard back like 2 weeks after I applied, which was like crazy. I think I applied on like October 25th or something, and I found out November 9th, which was really cool. I really like University of Delaware, but like Villanova, I don't know that much about it. I think I definitely know more about this school than Villanova, especially because my family has grown up going to Delaware every single year for our family vacation, and I've really gotten to like explore the state, and I've fallen in love with the state. There's like a basic trend in like a lot of the schools I apply to, where I apply to places that will make me feel like I'm at home, and I know that University of Delaware would definitely make me feel at home. I also found out a few days ago that I got the University of Delaware Trustee Scholarship. So they have a bunch of different scholarships, starting from like $2,000 to like $3,000, going all the way up to like $17,000, which I think is the highest that you can get. And like it goes from a few different ones to like the Presidential Scholarship to then the Trustee Scholarship. So I ended up getting $17,000 per year, which was really exciting. So it definitely makes it like a more viable option for me now, and I'll definitely want to learn more. Another school that I applied to is Syracuse University in New York, and one of the reasons why I applied here is actually because I've been watching a YouTuber a lot. Her name is Margot Lee, and just seeing her experiences there really made me feel like I would possibly like it there too. And I actually wrote about this, I remember, in my supplemental essay to Syracuse when they asked me what inspired me to apply there. And I basically said that watching that YouTuber still be able to film videos while getting an education and having a social life and just living her best life at Syracuse really inspired me that I could continue any hobbies that I may have while also focusing on school and like maintaining a social life. A lot of people say that the weather there is bad, but I really like gloomy weather sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And I also really like rain, so I feel like being in Syracuse just with that weather would not really affect me, and if it were to, maybe I would be affected in a good way, if that makes sense. So the last college that I applied to is the University of Connecticut. I haven't toured this college since I was really young because my dad went there. And basically, I didn't really want to apply there. It was more like, oh, like my dad applied there, and this college is in the state that I live in, and it's pretty close, so why not just have like a backup if anything ever goes wrong, or if I decide, oh wait, like I don't want to go out of state, like I can't be away from my family, which I am sure won't happen. But that was really why I applied to the University of Connecticut. I know it's a really, really good school, and obviously there's a really good sense of community there, but personally I just want to use my college experience to really just go out of my comfort zone, explore different places in the world instead of the place where I've grown up for the past 17, almost 18 years. So that is the end of the video, and those were all 8 of the colleges that I have already applied to. I really hope you enjoyed, and I know that some of the people who are watching this probably have already applied to a bunch of colleges too, or still in the process of applying, and I just want to say good luck. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, especially college videos and college decisions videos and just stuff like that. And like this video if you thought that it was helpful or informative. And again, thanks so much for watching.